It was a trans man.
Well, you know, in the information age, everything is amplified. Everything becomes an issue. And I would have probably kept my mouth shut, except for the fact that he had to go and tell the audience he thought it was a trans man that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Which was his way of relaxing the crowd by making a joke, and
Right.
it's a callback to his last special. But
Yeah.
as I said in the piece I wrote, when you say stuff like that in a public, especially given his history with trans people, there's somebody out in the audience who just might believe him.
Mm-hmm.
And that, there's enough violence being perpetrated against trans people. And I just think well, that was a wrong thing to say, but that was the bigger issue was him getting attacked.
Yeah.
I don't like his comedy. I don't know him, but I don't find him particularly amusing, but it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
As a comic, we're all in that same family. We deserve to, think that we're going to have a modicum of safety up there. But more importantly, the First Amendment part of this whole thing, we seem to be losing that in this country. This ability to have a difference of opinion and not go ape shit.
Right. I mean, I think that's a healthy perspective to have over it, because you do have. I like that, obviously everybody knows you're trans. That's you've talked about it publicly, but at this point, like extensively, you're connected to that community, but you're also connected to the comedy community. And I think you have a unique perspective on both of those issues. You know what I mean?
I am first and foremost a comedian. That's how I, make my living. It's what's, as I hate when people call me a trans comedian, because I'm just a comedian who happens to be trans. It's just,
right.
And we've spoken about this.
Mm-hmm.
And so the family of comedians that I belong to, I value what we do. I think what we do is important.
Right.
It's important work, whether, people may not believe that, but we are, as I said in the article too, the one of the last bastions of free speech in this country.
Yeah.
And the art of what we do is to be able to say those things in a way that makes people laugh and think at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that I feel like now the climate has made every joke that you don't like a statement. If you don't like the joke, it's no longer a joke; it's a statement.
It's very difficult for me to find it in me to defend Dave Chappelle, but I must as a comedian,
Mm-hmm.
because he's one of my family, and regardless of how I feel about him personally, he's got a right to say what he wants to say.
Right.
And I don't know what this guy's issue with him was, or whether he was just nuts.
And the other point and distinction that I noticed you made too in the article, which I think is important to be able to distinguish between the two, is, he did say it was a trans man. You know what I mean? But you made the distinction of, I know why. Comedically, I know why he said it. My question to you is, do you think that the focus on that might get, like, because it was kind of innocuous, right? He said it in
Well, I don't know. He said it as a callback, and he said it as a smart ass.
As a smart ass remark. He also said he thought it was Chris Rock.
Was that Will Smith? Nigga, I thought it was you for a second.
So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, there was a playful element to it. Do you think people have a tendency to focus too much on the like now I feel like they're really going to try to go, oh wait, we're missing a really crucial thing here, and it really wasn't like it really wasn't a statement. It was just fucked up that he said it, but it could be left on the table.
Yeah, no, I this is an important issue for me, because as you know, I'm very much involved in the trans community. I'm very much involved in the comedy community, but in the trans community, there are people that can't speak for themselves, which is what my main gripe is against Chappelle. He punches down, and he punches down at a community that's dying at an alarming rate, either through violence, or by their own hand. And I still don't think he grasps that.
Right.
you know, and he's got to understand that what he's doing is causing people to do harm to other people. I don't get why he doesn't realize that, but that's just me.
Would you talk to him if you could?
I would actually. I actually would, because as much as I want to spit in his eye, that's not going to solve anything, you know.
Right.
It's like, you know, but I would, if he, I'll put this out there right now. If he wants to have in a public forum, have a discussion, an open discussion, I will sit down with him, as long as he brings me coffee and a bun. I will sit with him. I need to know what thought processes are going on in his head.
Dystopia tonight.